those are the major points that I wanted to hit. But just to address a couple other points that in the questions that we received previously and that are coming up on the chat box. Regarding the formative component, I think it's important to identify the components of your simulation that are known to be effective. Well, just a couple more points that I wanted to make, which was one of the questions was specifically to how do we know they're effective? And for us, we're not at the point where we can identify, in very quantitative terms, the impact of the sims. We can do that qualitatively, and we've seen when we received feedback from those who put on the simulations and those who have participated in them of the impact on them personally, and it's very positive, I can say. And I will say, just personally, having observed many of these, just being there, and the staff on my colleagues here can speak to this even more specifically. But when you see the learning occurring, you can almost hear that click when the material or theory or practice covered in another mode is put together and connected for the participant in the midst of a sim. You feel it right there in that moment. And so that type of qualitative evidence, it makes us excited to be developing these more quantitative measures in order to assess the actual specific impact and different dimensions of that for participants. And so part of the way we know that these work is because these simulations have been designed in a way that they have the effective components of simulations that we know from previous research. And those include, and these are components that were hit previously, but just to make sure that you build those into your evaluation, one is, what are the instructional features that are embedded in the sim, right? What are the learning objectives, right? So make sure that those are clear and operationalized effectively. Is the scenario crafted in a way that it is appropriate for evaluation? Meaning, is it standardized enough where we can and expect to see similar decision-making, similar behaviors across participants?